Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 325. I'm Ticket Master, joined by.
RPG Maniac 05.
And Traptical.
So we've got so much been playing, some RRR, rapid release response, and the news. Maybe, because I didn't ask about it. Whatever. So, what you been playing? I guess I'll go first, because, I get to do that now. On the Vita, I moved away from that Galaxy Ultra whatever game to oh wait, no, Shovel Knight. I finished. I'm sorry. I moved on from Shovel Knight, which is an awesome game, so you should check it out, to this game called Titan Souls. I think I was just like downloading stuff like whatever that I'd like gotten from my Vita, from like cross-play stuff that I got on PS4, and it's like, oh, this is on here. I guess I'll check it out, and like that was the next one on there, and it's by I don't know who's developed by, but it's like published by Devolver Digital. The concept is pretty cool. Because it's like, people are always saying, like, what if somebody else, like, took the idea behind Shadow of the Colossus, and it was, like, just a game of boss fights? And this is that, but it's, like, to the extreme of one-hit kills both you and your enemy. So, but the thing about, like, the bosses is, like, they have this, like, glowy weak spot, like, old-school Japanese bosses, so it's, like, you gotta... And you only have, like, a bow and arrow, so you're limited in, like, how you can get to their little glowy weak spot of kill-tasticness. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the way it starts off is like you have this little shrine thing. It feels very it feels very like old school Legend of Zelda style, like just you in this like world that just keeps going and scrolls up or scrolls infinitely. And then like after you beat the first 4 bosses, you get like this elevator ride to this next area that's just like way bigger. So it's like, oh, you thought the game was over. Ha 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 ha. Joke's on you, because there's like a ton of these things. And you have to like go out and find them. And it's pretty cool, because there's just a bunch of like environments that are very interconnected, Zelda Metroid style. And it's like, wow, this is really, really cool what they did with this game. I mean, it does kind of get like annoying though, like when you like wish you could just like find them and kill them. So it's like, in that regard, if like you just want to like find the bosses and kill them, you're gonna have to like actually find them and hunt them down. But that to me was cool, because it just made it feel like I was out there doing stuff. And yeah, it's so cool, like funny to me, because just I will be very beating myself down of like, I'm never gonna get this boss, and just like I'll randomly like hit it in the like weak spot and kill it, and like yes I got it, and just right when I think I'm gonna like not kill anymore and just like quit this game and move on to the next one, I get one, and it's like, oh well, I guess I'll keep playing and not quit this game. So I think I've killed like 6 or 7 so far. There's like a volcano area. I killed all the ones in the volcano area, and I moved on to the ice area because I killed all the ones in the forest area and the volcano area. And now I'm in the ice area trying to kill this not a Wendigo, but those abominable snowman looking thing that has like this. Its weak spot is on its butt, so I'm trying to like figure out how to shoot in the butt when it rolls at me, and like these stalactites or stalagmites, I get them confused, whatever, fall from the ceiling and like can kill you when it hits, so I gotta like dodge them. And there's this other one in the ice area that like shoots laser, well, it doesn't shoot laser beams, but it punches up through the ice, and then like after it punches up through the ice, there's a laser beam that shoots from its fist towards you, and you have to like try to get it to shoot itself in the face with its lasers. It's kind of, yeah, it's like facing its hands usually, or it's weird. It's weird. You'd understand if you played it, but like its face is like facing one way, and like its hands are just like out there doing stuff. So you gotta like try to get it to shoot itself. And then I like ran across this legendary Titan killer, whatever, I guess specter thing, and I shot its bow and arrow, and apparently it turned into a boss and tried to kill me. And well, it did kill me because I didn't kill it. So I'll see what happens with that. But it's a very interesting game, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's hard, but I'm enjoying it, so yeah. I guess all my time in Destiny made me a bit immune to the brutality of hard games. So that was that on handhelds, and then on consoles, score one for me, because I did finish Star Ocean, and I guess I was wrong about the whole, you can't do anything else after you get to that last save point, because you just have to finish the game. And it's like, you can still go back and do stuff now, and there's this new dungeon with like super hard bosses.
That's how all the Star Ocean games are.
Well, I had never played the non-PSP remake ones, so yeah. And 2 difficulties open up: Chaos Mode and Ultimate, or not, or Chaos Mode's the hardest, the other one's like intergalactic or ultimate or
Universe.
universe. I knew it was a U. There's a U. Universe and chaos mode, and I was like, ooh, chaos mode, ha ha ha. But I don't know if I'm probably not gonna go back for a while because I just go play other stuff right now. So I stand by what I said last week. It's it's a very mediocre game. It was a nice return to JRPGs, but it's like, man, this one just it hits certain marks, but then like other ones it just doesn't hit them, and like the stuff it doesn't do awesomely. So it's like there's stuff that like is there that's like, oh, I kind of miss that, like the melodrama and the characters, but then they're not super awesomely developed like other games I've played. So it's like, and then it's like a lot of open areas with like nothing going on. Of like, oh, these are very expansive areas with amazing draw distances, but they're so empty. So yeah, but the combat is fun and chaotic and crazy until you have to be the white mage and heal everybody because your white mage can't do it on their own. But hey, whatever. That's how I finished the game. So yeah. Oh, also it was weird when I was streaming it. Like it blocked the credits scroll for some reason. I was like, why is this scene blocked? Whatever. So that happened.
It's weird.
I guess there's more than one ending though, because it's like I got a trophy for like a certain character's endings, and I'm kind of like annoyed of like, do I have to go through the whole thing more than once to get all these different epilogues? But
Usually it's based on well, I mean, I don't know how it is in this one because I haven't finished it, but in previous Star Oceans you get like these personal actions throughout the game where you interact with the characters, then you get epilogues based on if you have enough points with each character at the end of the game.
Completely forgot about the personal actions last time, but yeah, like every time you go into like a hub world, sometimes there's interaction with other characters and it cues this story dialogue. So I guess I'll just have to do more because I only got Mickey. So yeah. But yeah, Star Ocean, not a bad game, not a great game, very middle of the road, mediocre game. If you really are itching for a JRPG, I guess, but I'd say pass right for us all. Besides that, Street Fighter V story mode. Finally, effing finally. Jesus effing jerps, Capcom. Just the wait. Ah. But hey, I gotta say, presentation, yeah. Because it did the thing that all the fighting games do, where it's like, I mean, it wasn't as seamless because there's still like little snippets of like loading, but it's whatever, dude. Like, it wasn't any, like, it wasn't as good as, I mean, like, it wasn't as seamless as, Injustice Gods Among Us, because it was just like cutscene gameplay. It's like, oh, so good. And there's like, there's probably like loading in that one too, but this one it's like it goes like a black screen, to whereas like that one it's like actually like loading, and like you see like the stage or whatever. It's better done, whatever. Like it's just like an awesome presentation, but it's like not as good as like the contemporaries that it's trying to emulate. Story wise, it's just
Mortal
it's a fighting
Kombat is
game.
still the best.
It's like story wise, it's still just a fighting game. It's like, yep, Shadowloo doing stuff. They've got satellites that make EMPs, and and then if that's not working, they're just gonna crash into the planet and kill people. Oh, so yeah. I mean, that being said, it was nice to play with all the characters, and then like play the characters that you can't play with if you don't have fight money, which is. But then it's kind of annoying because there's only like a couple fights. Like Chun-Li has like one fight, I think, and then like Ibuki has one fight, Juri has like two fights. It's like no Urien fights. You fight Urien, but you don't have a fight as. Wait, no, I don't think you fight Urien.
You do.
Oh, maybe you do. Wait, you ever you?
I don't know if you fight him. You fight as him once.
Okay, yeah, fight
at least.
Fight him like once. I was like, whoa, like Balrog is in there too. So, but then it had like other characters. It had Abel. I was like, oh, Abel, oh, that's cool. He's undercover. That was awesome. But you couldn't play as him. Oh, so that was weird. But then it's like I was like in my brain, I was like, please Capcom, please. But I know but now after being like so soured with the game, like I have a feeling they probably won't. Like there's so many like character palette swaps and like just like weird character models that they have in that game. Like you fight a cop, it's like, oh man, can I be the cop? Or like a bunch of ninjas, it's like and then like a bunch of flipping Shadowloo. Wow, I forgot her name. Cammy's sister. That's evil.
Capri.
Yeah, DeCapri clones. Oh, or DeCapri henchwomen. Oh, that was great. That was hot. It was like, ooh, a bunch of bison henchwomen. Ooh, and then they all fight. It's like, ooh, they all have different costumes. That was great. That was great fan service. I loved it. I'd like to play as them, or like somehow unlock them. That'd be great. But who knows if they're all gonna be in the game. But then it was cool. Like at the end, it had like like I didn't know where this game was chronologically because I was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you go in order, like this game is not before, or maybe it is before 4 and like 3 is at the end. I don't know. It's whatever. But it was like it totally like put pieces in the puzzle of like the story of like why Bison isn't in Street Fighter 3, because this was like a prelude to Street Fighter 3, because it's like Gil's in there, and he's like, oh, my court that is waiting for my return, and blah 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 blah. It was great. It was great. Oh, I was like, oh, I was like, but then like in my brain I was like, oh, maybe they could just like keep going and like have a season 2 and be like, we're gonna tell the same story with the same characters, and we're just gonna put them in Street Fighter 5 engine. And but then I was like, whoa, take it, whoa, you're asking too much, dude. Like, Capcom will milk you up the wazoo for what you're asking. So I don't know if you want it, dude. So it's like, but I want it. Okay, like voice in my head, I really want this. So please, Capcom, please do that thing where you milk me and take my money, because I will pay for some Street Fighter 3 story mode with these. I mean, if I get the characters, then I'm gonna have to like fight money, grind it out, and I get all this other stuff too. That was great. It's great. It was a fun time. Sean's in there. Laura, that was great. Oh yeah, it was. It's such a touching fan service like story mode. It's like just fun times. There's like a part where like they all put like their 4 hands together, like yeah, World Warriors go, yeah. It's like it's great. It's great. It's great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then let's see. Oh, I guess yeah. They also finally added all the crap that they've haven't like added since they'd be like, oh, until we get this working. So now you can no longer play any of the DLC characters unless you buy them with fight money or real money. So you know, put up or shut up, because if you really want that character, you're going to be parting ways with your fight money that you've been grinding for ever since launch. And I have enough for like 3, and I'm like, Ibuki, you're in. I'll just wait for like the rest, so I can like know I'm not missing out on like some Akuma action or something that like they try to like surprise us with it at Evo. So it's like I'm not gonna be stupid and like blow all my money right now. And like I know who I'm dealing with, Capcom, and like the way they've been like handling the game since launch is like, and yeah, not trustworthy. So it's like not doing it, dude. So, but yeah. Ibuki's in the game, and I got a player, so I was happy. I was like, yeah, that one fight. I was like, yeah, that one fight. It's like, yeah, that's all I needed. Hold me over until some more stuff about this game comes out, because I don't trust Capcom anymore. So, save my fight money, because I don't want to get screwed. And that was Street Fighter 5. And then besides that, I played some Hitman. And okay, so there's been 5 elusive targets, and I've killed 3 of them. So I need to kill 2 more to get the sweet Absolution costume. And this recent target, I finally got my explosion kill on. So I got a trophy too. It was like, apparently because I hadn't used any explosives, and there's like one for like every type of thingy you can do to kill a target or something, or a weapon type. And I hadn't used explosives, and they used explosives at the time. I think they're proximity mines I used. I was like, I threw 2 down. I was like, okay. I did this whole thing of like, it was cool. I did the whole thing I like always do. I just like realistically stalk someone, and then I'm just like, okay, what are they doing? What are they doing? Ooh, okay, there they are. Okay, well, and after I found them, I took my experience from the last two hits of, okay, well, I can get to the target, I can get within the arm's length, but there's so many guards around, I can kill this dude without drawing attention to myself. So I'm just gonna use explosives, but I can't just like throw explosives at him. So maybe if I trigger a fire alarm, I can get him to like go somewhere and hide. And it was cool, because that's what he did. And I was like, oh, let me follow him. So like, I followed his trail, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do that again, but this time, I'm going to put a proximity mine down, and then I'm going to put a second one down. Well, I failed it. Well, I didn't fail it, but like the first time, I messed up because it didn't kill him. So I was like, oh, I'll just use 2 mines next time. And I did, but the first mine got him, so it was like weird. So I was like, oh, I didn't need 2 mines, whatever. So, mission accomplished, killed the dude, got out, and just need 2 more, and whenever the next Hitman mission is coming out, I'll be ready, because I have got I got my well-rounded Hitman assassination toolbook or tool belt, whatever, ready to go, guns and bombs and stuff. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Huh. Wait, don't you only get one chance?
Well, the thing is like, if you kill the target, they disappear. If you die, you can't retry it. So you can reload the mission. You just can't fail, die, or kill the target and then proceed to not extract, because then you'll be screwed, because you won't be able to redo it. But you can just like retry over and over, or replan it, and as long as you don't do any of that, like, you're good. Which is how I messed up with that priest, because I killed him, and then I couldn't restart, and I was like stuck, and then all the guards got me, and I was like, ah, curses, I should have just not killed him and restarted. Whatever.
Well, yeah, I played Street Fighter V also through the story mode, and it was kind of disappointing. It felt like, well, I guess like
Yeah, like
you
that.
know, like
I guess like the other thing was like it felt like it was very heavy on Rashid. Not that like that's a bad thing. It's just like it was like it focused like he like or I guess that wasn't I guess like it was like the cool thing about it was like he ended up being like the main
yeah,
saves
he
the
was
day
like the
guy.
main character.
And then like all the parts with three were cool because it's like what's going down with his Shatsui no Hadu. I was like ooh, and then like the part with Nikali that was awesome. Oh, that like the whole thing with the butterflies and like the whole chi thing. I was like oh no, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, the Ryu stuff, like it was neat because so many of the games have, or I don't know if exactly, but it seemed like a lot of them were about his sort of struggle with this evil inside, and then it just never ended. And it was like, oh, they didn't do that entirely. There was more to it. It's like, oh, that's nice. And then, but yeah, as far as like presentation wise and being seamless like Mortal Kombat, it is a ways off. Like what we saw of Tekken 7, I think is the new one,
Yeah,
where they showed off Akuma fighting Heihachi, and that was seamless. That was going back and forth between cutscene and fighting, and it's like, oh, see, they're doing it. So there's hope for Street Fighter Five. And then when it came out and played through it, it's like,
Well, you don't know for sure that they're doing it. That could have been like all like pre-rendered or something that they're going for with it.
that was the other cool thing is that like it since like you've only been able to play the game in like the character story mode with like the animated like sections in between fighting, like you could actually see the character models in 3D in like from all angles and not just like
yeah.
when you're like critical arts and doing supers. It's like oh yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, like structurally, it's actually really similar to any other fighting game. The only thing that they've changed is you don't play the same character all the way through. You play different characters, and that's like part of what made Mortal Kombat so awesome. But I think that aspect of feeling like it was seamless, like that was really good for Mortal Kombat. And so I was hoping for that for Street Fighter V, and not what I got.
Yeah, black load screens kind of ruined it.
Yeah, and like some of the scenes were really short. They would just be like
Oh yeah,
someone
that too. Or it's like,
thinking about
or like you
something.
think there'd be a fight and there wasn't a fight. It's like okay, that
Yeah.
was, okay.
So I guess yeah, narratively it is better than Dead or Alive 5, but presentation wise, as far as that seamlessness, it's kind of the same. That's like, oh, Dead or Alive 5 came out a while ago. You guys, this is an exclusive game, and you're supposed to treat it with higher standards, and well, whatever.
It's also very short. I think it's like maybe I'd have to look it up on my YouTube thingy, but it was like not very long.
Yeah, it was
I'm looking it up now.
4 hours, maybe less.
Probably less.
But it was cool, like how the characters did not remain the same throughout. Like
Yeah.
stuff actually happens, and I was like, oh, that's really cool.
It took me almost 3 hours to play through it.
Okay. Oh wow, you got
Just under 3 hours.
I do. I guess I played it in different sittings, so I'm not really sure how long it took. So yeah, it's out there now.
Oh, also, the whole like resolution of Charlie's arc, finally.
Yeah.
So like, 'cause, like
was
everyone's
really
like, "What
cool.
happened? What happened?" You got like such a small slice in the character story mode that was like before the story mode came out. I was like, "Oh, well, now we know."
Yep. Yeah. Some of the conclusions, like it was good that there were conclusions.
It was also cool like a lot of this stuff like tied into the character story that you'd played before, and then like led
Yep.
into that, or like you could like see where it came from, like when you're playing that.
See, I feel like the ambition was always to make a cinematic story mode like this, but they, were gonna miss their release date. I mean, because they were sort of tied down as far as when they had to release Street Fighter V, because they had said, oh, it's going to be, Capcom Cup this year is going to be Street Fighter V. And so if they hadn't released it, then like a whole bunch of stuff would have had to been changed as far as like things outside the game. So they had to release something. And so cynically, I feel like the story mode that was included with the original release is what they fell back on when they couldn't finish the cinematic story mode in time. I mean, I have a feeling that if you go out and look for like storyboards of the cinematic mode that actually came out, some of the stuff will be similar to what we've already seen. But yeah, whatever. Maybe next time, Street Fighter.
Or maybe there will be a sequel expansion story with Street Fighter 3. Woo, characters.
That'd be
added.
cool.
Ooh.
I would play that.
Or it'd be nice if like they just added it for like story mode only to like not mess with the balance of the game. To be like, oh, we're not going to take so much time to release them this time because balance for the competitive scene, blah blah blah. And that would take like months, and we know you guys want this now, so we're gonna fast track it. But that won't happen. So, if only.
I've picked up a lot of games recently, and I decided to just download a bunch of them and try to play, at least start as many of them as I can. And one of them that I started playing a bit more than the rest was last year's Need for Speed. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Like, I remember thinking that it would be really cool, and I think it had to do with that sort of seamless cinematic and like game engine models. But they used it so sparingly. Like, you only see it in a certain situation ever.
Patronical looks so good. Frostbite engine. Nighttime rain. Like everything else.
Huh. Yeah. I have no idea what I was looking for when I started playing Need for Speed. I mean, I guess I'm having fun with it. Oh, actually, there's a really annoying part of Need for Speed. Every time you leave the garage and you need to go to an event, so far, every single time, the in-game GPS will tell me that I have to like cut through a train yard and like drive on the train tracks for a little while until I get to the like entrance, the on-ramp to the highway. But I can't take the on-ramp that's in the right direction. I have to take it always shows the one going in the opposite direction.
Too. Like, it always tells me to like be on the wrong side of traffic when it's telling me to go somewhere. And I'm like, what? This is the worst GPS ever.
What is this GPS like?
Yeah,
like the routes it gives you makes no sense. There's just like, okay, get into the left lane. No, the left lane. The left, far left. Okay, and then it's like, okay, now you got to break through that fence there, and like drive on those train tracks. Like, well, there's a road in front of me. And yeah, like every single event that I've had to go through so far, I've had to go on this insane route that the GPS gives me. It's like, well, this is weird. It's sort of bringing back that feel that I don't like open world games because of the traveling to the starts of the events or the beginnings of the missions. And this is like, oh, okay, now I have to go to that island.
See, it's weird because like there was fast travel in the game, but I forgot how to use it. I was like, I know there's fast travel in this game. I completely forgot how to use it though, and I just don't use it anymore. So it's whatever.
There is fast travel, and it's pretty simple. Like basically, when you choose the location on the map, instead of hitting X again for route, you hit right, and then you hit X for fast travel. But like the first time, it tells you that, it says, oh, but if you do that, you'll miss out on the rep that you'll get driving there. And in the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to miss out the rep. And so I was taking the insane roads, and then at some point, I was just like, I don't care about the rep. Just get me to the start. Another baffling thing that happens in that game is you'll be driving in the early goings of the game. You'll be driving, and since it's like always online, there's no pause. And so when tutorial messages pop up, they just pop up, obscuring your view. Even in the middle of a race, I was in the middle of a race, and like the text popped up, and I'm sitting there, it's like, they've actually been telling me pretty important stuff in these, so I want to read it. But I'm also driving in a race right now, and I'm not winning, so it's not like I can, divide my attention. It's like, why did they do this? Like, they have voice actors. They could have had someone say it.
Have you had the thing happen where like you're trying to get somewhere or you're in a race and then it's like some other player is like cutting through your race and it's like you hit them or something? Or you almost hit, you're like you have a near miss or something. I've had that happen so many times. Of like, oh, I see you see like the white on the like mini map, which means, or like whatever it is for like a human player, and it's like, oh crap, it's like they're like close by, so like it's either they're coming your way and you're gonna like almost hit them, or you're going their way and it's like they're doing something. And it's like, oops, I don't want to be in your race and mess it up. Sorry, dude.
I was doing one of the I guess they're called circuits, like the closed, not closed, but it's like you go a number of laps on the same thing and you try to get the shortest lap time. And there was a guy like driving it, but in reverse. So like I kept seeing him. I was like, "What are you doing? Are you just like, are you trolling my race? Is that what's happening here?" Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in it.
Or it's like they have like police behind them, and then like the police are gonna get on you, and it's like, dang it.
That hasn't happened to me yet.
I've heard weird stuff happen like that.
Yeah, it's very strange. And then it's also strange, like the narrative
the narrative is just another one of those Fast and the Furious, but not, because this is Need for Speed, but hey, it might as well be the same, because whatever.
I feel like some of the Need for Speeds had at least coherent narratives. The Run had a coherent narrative.
Also, like the thing with like your protagonist of like not talking but there, that is super weird. In first person, that is like also super weird. Of like, oh, I'm gonna drink a drink, and like it's in first person. Oh, that was super. And like the like first person fist bumping, that got to me too. I was like, this is weird. I just that game.
Well, it's very strange how like people are always looking at you. Like
and talking to you,
talking to
but
each
you
other.
don't respond.
They'll be talking to each other, but they'll be looking at you. It's like, why are you looking at me like that? Yeah, people like keep giving you looks, and I was like, what was that? What does that mean? It's weird, and yeah, the story is not linear, and so it's just like there'll be weird situations. People will call you and say, "Oh, I'm waiting at this location," and then you'll go to one of the locations, and like everyone will be there. Like, weren't you supposed to be out somewhere? And I understand, they didn't want to do a linear story, but it's just there must have been a cleverer way to do this. So yeah, I guess it's fun. I'm starting. I don't really understand. There's the tuning. There's like so many customization options. You'll just be scrolling through the parts trying to see, is like, okay, do I have a better one at this part available? Nope. Back out. Go to the next category. This one? Nope. Go back out. And then you do that, and there's like 20 different categories. Yeah. And then finally, I've been playing a lot of Paragon still. RPG, have you seen the new menus?
That's the only thing I've actually seen, because I think I just went in to see if the Master Challenge is loaded up, and then I was like, oh, they changed the opening menu thingy.
Yeah,
so
they changed.
It kind of caught me off guard.
The splash screen, the icon on your XMB is different now. The menus, like, it used to be all black, and now it's all like
all white.
White with like a gradient, and the front page isn't isn't mostly useless. It's there's like a lot of information now that you can click into, and it opens like the website and like YouTube and stuff, and they show you videos on how to get started and things. So it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And they changed travel mode to auto sprint instead of. So now, like, you can't sprint on command. They say it's because before people. Oh, so before the way it worked was you held down, or you pulled L2 and then hit X, and after a few seconds you would start sprinting, and you'd be in travel mode. Now, if you're hit in travel mode, then you get rooted to the ground for a few seconds. And it was supposed to be sort of this penalty, like travel mode is only for traveling between towers. It's not meant for use in combat or trying to escape combat, is what they thought would happen. So it's like there's a huge risk to engaging travel mode if you're in combat. And what they found actually happened is only novice players ever got caught in travel mode. So the novices would try to run and then get caught, and then, already being a novice and then getting owned by people better than you. And I guess that's not what you want in your
it's
game.
a good way to get caught, because like if I see people coming, I would like attempt to, but then if I see they got too close, I'll actually try to like use like attacks to kind of like keep them back while just backing up slowly instead of like trying to actually activate, because like if you do try to activate it, you're going to be sitting there for like the time that is charging up, so you're basically just asking to get killed. So it's like, okay, it's like there's only one or two ways out of this, and it's like travel mode is not it. So it's like if you see somebody trying to like teleport or something, it's obvious that they don't know what's gonna happen.
So they found that it was like only punishing novices. What experts would, or what more experienced players were doing, was just using travel mode to rush in, and they would like zigzag around, and then they wouldn't get hit, and then they'd be in like super close range and then disengage right before getting hit, and then you would have no escape. And I was like, well, that's not very good. So now, by taking away your ability to engage travel mode at will, it's supposed to cut down on that a little bit. Eventually they're going to take it out altogether, but it's like sort of fixed. People can't run away as easily, but they can still, go into travel mode, rush in, and like kill you instantly. Especially like melee characters. You see a lot of Feng Maos running at you at super speeds, and it's just impossible to figure out where to lead the shot to hit them. But since they added auto travel mode, you don't get rooted anymore. So getting hit in travel mode now only knocks you out of travel mode, and you don't get stuck. I think they changed some other stuff. I'm trying to think of what else. Well, like they changed a little bit of how the card points are distributed, so it's still the same. Whoever gets the killing shot gets the most, but now they get more. Because they want, like skill to differentiate how quickly you can level up more clearly. But the biggest thing, I think, is now that Paragon is free to a larger number of people, the level of competition has gone down a bit. I've had a few games in the past few days where you will have teammates and opponents who clearly have not played the game before, and then it's just like, wow, I don't like, we have very limited means of communication in here. I can't tell you what to do. I was fighting in, I think, the left lane, holding my own, doing everything all right. Hit level 6. And then I was going to go in and try to get the other guy, the opponent on my side. And then suddenly my team's Feng Mao came out of the jungle and he was level 1. Like, what have you been doing? And I was just like, this is crazy. And yeah, just
Carry
It'll
me,
be-
Optical. You know what to do. Pull out that backpack and let me jump in. You know what time it is. Time to carry
Unfortunately,
me to
people
victory.
don't know how to MOBA. Just like they just jump in and they're like, okay, clearly this is a lot easier than I think it is, and then they just run around doing nothing the entire time, and then it's like, okay, so you're our main attacker, and you are lower level than I am, your support character. So it's like, I don't think this is gonna work because you're supposed to be the one dealing the damage here, and it's like you're like the weakest person on the team right now. So
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
you have a
just.
problem.
I mean, you can't really blame them, but it's like it's really. I guess it's kind of funny to me. You'll see these really messy fights happening in front of you. It's like someone should have died by now. It was like, oh, miss, oh, miss, oh, they're too far apart, and they're like shooting at each other, and they can't hit each other. It's like, yeah, the guns in this don't work the way you think they do. Cursor has to be red. If it's not red, you're too far.
Although it's actually a good thing in some cases, since like both the characters I play as are both like support characters. It's like it saves me that some people can't aim properly. So it's like good. This works. This works
Yeah,
out.
you should. If you're interested in boosting, like now is a good time because a lot of players who are just like sort
Because
of not
basically
really
there's a bunch of
understanding it yet.
scrubs in there.
Yeah.
Get good guys.
Actually, I feel sort of bad.
Don't.
I've talked about it on the podcast. I've been mind gaming people so that the games are better. I was like, oh, okay, I'll sandbag it a little here, so you feel like you're doing better than you actually are, and then you won't leave the game, and then yeah, it's good. But like the last few days, I've just really wanted to get experience and reputation, and so I haven't been sort of occasionally like throwing a little bit. I've just been playing as best I can, and we have just destroyed lots of teams. And then when I noticed the past few days with the new people, I was like, oh man, I feel really bad because like if we destroyed new people on their first few games, they may not ever come back.
Keep playing, yeah. Although you kind of have to keep doing because like I saw that one of the I don't it's like community challenges is like you have to like destroy the cores.
Yeah,
So
2.5 million cores.
it's kind of necessary that people just get wrecked because it's a lot of cores to get through, and since people like to quit so easily, it's like this is probably the time for us to do this.
I wonder if it counts. Like, if they surrender, does that count as a core
I
kill?
saw
Or
people asking about it on like because there was like a blog post about it, and people were like asking, but none of the I guess like community managers or whatever answered. So it's unclear on whether or not you have to like actually destroy the core, or if it's like as long as like the team like someone loses.
as long as you see it blow up.
Yeah, so I'm like, so that worries me because people are very eager to quit. So it's
Yeah.
like, so this might be
So
the
many
first
of
time
my
to
games
figure-
have ended in surrender because we have just been wrecking. And I've been playing Murdoch because I'm trying to get to level 8 to get his taunt. There are taunts. I didn't know that. But yeah, if you have a master challenge, you can unlock a taunt at level 8. It's like, okay, so I have hundreds of thousands of XP to go. I'm just going to play Murdoch as much as I can. I've been playing, and my build for Murdoch now is I have 3 mini nukes. So usually the damage upgrading equipment that you can get at the beginning is like it gives you 7.6 more energy damage, and then you can upgrade it with cards to get I think, well, not the highest, but like the ones that cost 3 card points give you 22 extra energy damage. And so you can put 3 of those on one of these cards. But Mini Nuke starts at 15.6 energy damage, and then you add 3 22s on top of that. And then once it's fully upgraded, it gains another, I think, 7.6 energy damage. So it's just like ridiculous amounts of energy damage very early on in the game. And I have 3 of these. So once I have 2 of them on, each of my shots, if a guy doesn't have armor on, it's like 250. And this is probably before level 10 or so. So people have like 1,400, 1,500 health. It's like really fast. You can shred people. And that doesn't include critical shots, which do at that point like 150% damage. So yeah, people run up. I've had a lot of like double and triple kills because people will run up on me, and I don't even have wards on my Murdoch, so I'll just be like, oh no, I'm in trouble, and I just keep shooting, and then two will die, and the third will be like, oh, he's almost dead, I'll go get him, and then slightly out of range, not shooting as well as I am, and then it's like, oh, third one's dead too. And psychologically, I think that's pretty devastating. Probably why so many people have surrendered. Because later, oh, I had one where we had this awesome team fight, and me and another guy on my team were the last ones alive, and their team had all the orbs. So I ran through, and suddenly I had the black orb, red orb, and blue orb, and then someone got the prime orb. And it was just like, I'm doing 800 damage a shot.
No.
And that's not a critical hit either. So, yeah. People look at that and say, well, he literally two-shotted me. I'm not playing anymore.
Although I don't know how people. I mean, in the late game, like, how do you get even that 800 two-shotting somebody? That means they like have like 0 health cards. Like, how did they even?
Yeah,
Why would anybody think?
I
Why would
build
anybody
with
think
no
that's a guy?
health cards. I'm
Really?
completely, yeah. For my
That is-
Murdoch, I'm totally glass cannon. It's
Oh,
all critical hit and energy damage.
Wow.
Oh, and like I have one that's like attack speed.
Because none of my I don't play. Well, I mean, it's probably because since minor support is like too dangerous for them to have like really low health. But it's like because I can get them both up to like 3,200 and some change like relatively early if I
Yeah.
want to. But it's like there's no way I could play either of them is that low health because I'd be useless on the field. It's like, well, so I could get like one or two shots. I'm completely useless to you.
The default Decker support deck, or yeah, support like has her health at like 3,400 something at the end. Oh, actually, they changed that too. Like the default decks are all different now because they added new ones. Because they added new cards, so they changed some of the decks and then they added new decks. And it really threw me in the beginning when I was playing Steel because I've been using that default tank deck a lot, and then I went in and I was like, "There's no default tank deck anymore. There's tank energy damage and there's physical damage fighter and there's like two other ones. And like there's no that one doesn't exist." And he was like, "Oh no!" And I like died a whole bunch of times. And then since I used it.
Decks, so.
Did you stop using them?
Like just like as soon as I picked a character or figured out which character I planned on using, I made decks for them. So it's like I have one for Muriel, one for Gadget, and one for I made one for Grim as well, just in case I decide to go back to him. But since I like rarely ever use them, it's kind of just like sitting there, but taking up a slot. But just in case.
In case. I'm not sure if I'm gonna. Well, so I had to go. Steel was easy because I had used that deck so much that I just memorized it and I knew every card that was in it, so I just rebuilt the exact same deck. But Steel has been really fun. I've actually had some opportunities to use my totally physical armor and totally energy armor ones, and it is super fun. Like you just stand there and they're doing nothing to you. You know, their whole team will be there trying to kill you. It's like, well, I don't know why you're attacking the tank, but you know, I'm totally happy that you are. And I'll just stand there, and my teammates will be all around me shooting them. It's like, yeah, we're gonna win this fight.
It's like at least somebody's doing their job properly around here. Cause
it's fun. You'll look. If I do die, I get to see really awesome stats. So it'll be like, okay, add up all the hits, and it's like, wow, that was like 48 hits before I died. Every hit is doing like around 40 damage. That's like lower than level 1 damage. Like, oh, that's so cool. And I have a few video clips I took down that I thought were really awesome plays. I had this one where a Gideon was trying to destroy a tower, and I ran over, and so you don't want to hit the opponents when you're under the tower, because then the tower will start shooting at you. So he was avoiding hitting me by shooting above me, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just timed it and jumped. It was like I was Matumbo, and I blocked 2 shots, and then he was like, "Oh no! Now it's shooting at me, but it's so close to death." And so he ran in and got killed, got the tower as well, which was kind of sucky. But it would have been faster if I had not blocked his 2 shots. It just looked really funny because Steel, he doesn't really put his hands up. It's just like jump up and get shot in the face.
The best strategy for everything.
That was cool. That was a really cool sequence too, because in that entire sequence, I had run from the left tower to the center to fight a Kimahri who was attacking the tower, and I ran into Feng Mao in the jungle. So I was at the left. I went into the jungle. I was like, oh, Feng Mao's here. He's trying to destroy my harvester. It's like, well, that's not gonna happen. So I lunged on him and just started punching him. I wasn't doing any damage because I had, it was all armor, and then he was hitting me, but he wasn't doing any damage because all armor again. We were just engaged in this death match in the jungle until one of my teammates finally noticed that something was happening there, came over and was like, oh, there's a guy here, and he just dropped his meteors on him. I was like, yeah, he's dead. And I was like, excellent, good job. And I ran to the center tower, and I was like, oh, Kimahri's here. And so I started engaging him, and stupidly, he started to engage me too. I think because, I probably had half health left from my Feng Mao fight, and so he started hitting me with everything. And Gideon, who was still nearby, just came over and did his super, and Kimahri was like, oh no, who do I go for? I was like, well, Steel has less health, I think, so I'll just attack him. And I just put up my shield and stood there, and then he died too. I was like, yay, we got that one. And then I continued my trek, and I ran over to the right tower, and that's where Gideon was doing the thing. And that's when I jumped up and blocked the shots. And I was like, oh, that was... And then Gideon died, but we lost that tower. But it was like, wow, that was a cool sequence. So much fun stuff. I've been trying to figure out why it's fun, actually, and I haven't figured it out. I think it's because my wife was looking. It's like, don't you get bored playing the same game like over and over again? And I thought about it, like, I don't know. I think it's because even though it's the same game, it's not the same game. It's like any sport, I guess. The rules of basketball don't change game per game, but every game is also different.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because it's like dependent on the players, so it's not like there's the fundamental like foundation there, but it's like since every match or game can be just played differently because some people are stupid or some people are actually good at playing and stuff. It's like it's kind of like a different game every time.
Yeah. So it's not like, I don't know. It never feels like I'm playing the same game over and over again. But then it's like, well, Call of Duty is sort of like that too. How come I don't play that? How come we don't play that like we did back in the day anymore? And it's like, I don't know.
Because we grew up tropical. We grew up.
Maybe. So yeah, Paragon. It's time to join in, Tekken. I'm putting together a team. We will lose a lot early on if it's all newbies, but that's okay.
Jeez. We can totally carry the team. We can totally carry it.
I think the thing is, everyone understands leveling. That's like the basic of, if you've played a lot of games over the last, even like 2 years, you understand leveling, right? Higher levels means more power.
Yep.
And so it's like, yeah, that's what you need to do. It is good. Yeah, RPG when you get back in, like they changed the communication shortcuts. So you
And
can
I don't
actually
really use it anyway.
Oh, you didn't really use them.
F communicating with the team. I already knew what I was doing. They just didn't know what
You
they were
can
doing.
say a lot more things now. They added a sorry about that.
Let's just put
And I
that
was
tells
like,
me it's like it
I
took me
sort
to
of
get
like that
good.
one.
It's to me. It's like there's too many times where it's like, okay, I these messages don't help me tell you to stop sucking. So it's like I don't know what to tell you. It's like know how to play or just get out of my way.
You remember my shorthand that made no sense to you? It was enemies missing, defend whatever lane I think they're running to.
Well, the enemy's missing part, I kind of figured meant they were like not in, so I kind of knew to like retreat back
Yeah.
to a tower at least. But yeah, sometimes they're just like not everybody uses it like that. So it's like, well, usually if I see enemies missing, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to a tower where it's safe to me for me just in case. But then see what happens after that. But it's like,
Yeah,
I
now
don't know.
now they added so you can actually say careful in whatever lane now. So it's like, oh, now I can say what I was saying,
But
but
actually,
now it'll
straight.
actually mean something,
Yeah.
in the actual like English that I'm using.
Like, what does he mean enemies are missing in the right lane? Obviously, there's no one here. It's like,
Enemy is missing. Defend right. I was like, what?
this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's
Great.
crazy.
There's no one here. Why should I defend right?
That's exactly why. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, and then another big change is the jungle minions. Like they spawn a lot faster and more frequently. And what happens now is that if they aren't killed, the jungle minions level up. So
That's a horrible thought.
it's actually pretty cool because
well, I mean, the characters I play as aren't strong enough to kill the stupid things to begin with. So it's like now going in there, if they're even stronger when I get in there, it's like, well, but I can't kill you.
don't
So
hit
I'm
them
just
by accident.
not gonna do that.
Well,
So,
I think they cap at level 5 because like before, basically they always gave you the same XP. So if you weren't killing them as quickly as they spawned, then you were like missing out on maximizing the XP you could get from them. So now it's like, oh, they store the XP that they don't give away through death, and they just like keep getting more until they reach a max, and like the max is greater now. That's pretty fun. Still liking it. Gotta get because there seem to be 3 people interested. Two people interested. So we got. If Tekken joins us, then we got the 5.
dude could just rope gamer into it. Pretty sure he knows. He knows how to semi-MOBA, right?
I think it'd be really fun to have a whole team. We'll actually be able to coordinate and like, because yeah, a lot of my coordinating right now is I will follow their lead, and if they're doing stupid stuff, then it's like there's nothing I can do to like help here. So yes, looking forward to that. RPG, what do you got? What have you been playing?
Everything. All of the games.
Is everything out now? Do you
Say
have
what?
Do you have July games?
I do.
Ah,
They're all coming out like next week. So fun times. But so I finished up ZTD. So that is complete now. I got through all my endings and all the craziness that was going on and all the stuff I can't really talk about because basically the entire game's existence is spoiler in and of itself. So it's like, well, there's that. So the series is now over. Well, possibly. It's kind of ambiguous, but stuff happened, and I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. Kind of sad though because it's over. So there won't be any more. So no. Other than that, I've been playing Grand Kingdom. I've been siding with the same nation for the time being. So I've just been like, because the way it works is like whenever the wars go on, you can like choose how many. I want to say how many wars you could choose like with certain countries because there's four different ones. So you could choose how long your contract is, and then like depending on your relationship with the country in question, it'll approve your contract. So you can like increase your rep with like certain with the countries based on you can do like certain quests for them like versus quest against other players or story quest or like basically it's like a bunch of different quests you can do or it's like just participating in wars with or for them. So based on that you can kind of like increase your rep with each country and go to visit their nation and get like different like perks and everything. So I've been siding with the same country for since I started so far. So I the country I sided was kind of I guess they're like kind of like an underdog so far because it's like they have the least amount in terms of players like apart because like each whenever you like sign up it tells you like the percentage per like how many players are like sided with each country. So you can kind of see like how many years. So I joined the one with the smallest percentage. 'Cause I was like, well, since nobody else is doing it, it's like I'll jump in there and kind of do that stuff. So I've been kind of doing that. It's been a fun ride. I enjoy the game. So just been doing that. Other than that, what else did I check out? I started playing the Saints Row,
Oh yeah,
the
I saw you
Get
tweet
Out of
about
Hell one
that
because it's like
musical thingy number.
yeah, that was weird because it was like they just started singing out of nowhere, and then I was like, this is not. This is unexpected because it's like it was even stranger because it's like the game takes place in hell or whatever, so it's like Satan was like singing with his daughter, and I was like, what is even happening right now? And then they like switched to the perspective of like the protagonist, and then they started singing. And I was like, what is even what is this? What is happening right now? So it's like a full blown musical number. It was just weird. It was just weird. So I was like, okay, I don't know what's happening, but this is a strange game. So it is a
Saints
strange
Row is amazing.
like it's like I didn't know what to because like I've never played a Saints Row game before, so it's like I didn't really know what to expect going in. But it's like it's kind of cool because it's like you get like these powers and everything, and you can kind of like go because it's like I guess it's like the closest equivalent to game would be like Grand Theft Auto, I guess, because it's similar with the I guess that's not as close as you because like it's like they have this similar like open world setup with you doing missions, but it's like Saints Row is very wacky in comparison to
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto. So it's like, yeah, it's weird. So it's like you can get these powers and everything, and it's like you start off by like I guess like you steal. Well, you don't personally steal, but like the guy that you're working for steals like the powers of an angel or something and gives them to you. So then you have like the ability to like fly and like super sprint from like the beginning, but then like you go around and collect like these other powers from like these guys you want to side with you against Satan or something because they stole your boss and they're trying to force him to marry his daughter or something. It's like so weird. I'm like I don't. This is like such a nonsensical story. Like I don't even know what's going on. So it's like it's a very wacky game, but it's fun. So I've been like kind of just playing around and like gathering. They're trying to like boost up my powers and stuff. So it's been a fun little romp through there. So yeah, it's funny. I enjoy it. It's kind of fun. Other than that, I played or started playing Fury as well, the other PlayStation Plus game for the PS4 owners this month. Um, it's an interesting type of game because it's like a hack and slash meets bullet hell kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw
So,
like two
but it's
different
like
trailers for this. I was like, this game looks cool, but
it's
weird.
like boss fights. So it's like it's kind of like so like when I mentioned last week, where it's similar to like the Prince of Persia or the rebooted one anyway, where it's just like a series of boss fights. It's similar to that, except that you don't. There's no like it doesn't appear to be like any exploration like mechanic in the so it's like you basically go from boss fight to boss fight. I only cleared the first two because I was like, okay, this is I do not have the skill set for this type of game because it's like I primarily play RPGs and strategy games, and so I was like, this is not this. So you need some type of like reflex to be playing these games because it's like I mentioned before, it's like it's part bullet hell, part like hack and slash, and since it's like duels for the entirety so far, it's like you have the ability to like your main character has the ability to like do the slashes with his sword, and he also can do like charge slashes, and he has like a dodge ability and the ability to parry and stuff. But you have to and he also has the ability to shoot as well, but not like to the level that the bosses do, because there are like some parts that were like actual bullet hell moments. I was like, I don't know how to operate in this, because this is not like the normal type of hack and slash thing. But it's like you have to use all these skills in combination in order to beat each of these bosses. And the way it works is like you both start off with a series of life bars. So although it doesn't appear like the main character like changes in his or anything, because it's like he has his three, and then like the bosses usually have five. So you initially go through, and as you deplete each health bar, it goes into the sequence where I think they call it close quarters combat or something like that. Because then it's like it becomes like you can only use your dodge and slash abilities in these. Oh, and you can still parry, but it's like the boss kind of changes like to like this. You have like a small radius in which you can move, and you kind of have to like dodge their special attacks, and you have to like parry their stuff before you can knock them out of it. And then like it goes back into the normal boss fight, in which case they usually like gain a new ability or new like fighting tactic once they get to another health bar. So it's like some of the like two battles I've played so far, I was like, okay, this is a bit much, because like I had the second boss battle, like as you beat her, as you take off her life bars, she like gradually like breaks out of her restraints. So initially she starts off where she's basically completely restrained to like this, like I guess like a glorified Segway would be like the best way to say, because it's like she's like strapped to it, so she's basically only moving around. She has like this big beam laser, and then as you deplete her light bar, she frees her arms, and then she frees her legs, and then eventually she's basically like running around the stage like a crazy person and like attacking you and stuff. So the battle gets insane, because it's like the battlefield itself is set up as kind of like a maze, but she can like well, later in the battle, like her beam can actually just go through the walls anyway, so it's pointless. But it's like initially you can like use the walls as kind of like barriers to help you, but it's like it gets kind of crazy, because it's like you have to dodge that, and then dodge like her bullet shots, and then like dodge her running towards you and like trying to like jump pounce on you and stuff. And it's just like it's insane. So it's like I got through the first two bosses, and I was like, I need a break from this, because I don't have the I don't have the ability to like full on play through this like all at once. And it's like I think because like during like the story segments when he's talking to like the guy in the rabbit mask, he's like there's like 10 levels or something, so I'm guessing there's 10 bosses in total that you have to go through. But it's like I'm like worried about what the rest of the bosses can do, because it's like the first fight, like even the tutorial fight is like kind of like a marathon, and it's just like, oh gosh, this is more difficult than it should be for a tutorial fight. And then it's like you get to the next boss, and it's like, okay, this is even worse. So it's like I don't even know. Like I don't even know if I could like handle going through this entire game. So I mean, they do have an easy mode, so I mean, I guess if you're just playing for the story, you could just do that. But I'm like, I don't know if a game like this would have like that big of a story where it's just like, okay, I only want to play this for the cutscenes in between the boss battles, so I better play this on easy. So I don't know how that goes. So, yeah, but it's an interesting game. But yeah, you really need to like learn the boss patterns and have like some semblance of a reflex in order to get through these fights, because sometimes they get like, man, some of these fights get kind of crazy. But I did realize during the second boss fight that you were able to do stuff to the environment to kind of like make her react to it. So there may be like things later on where you can kind of do similar stuff to kind of go the bosses into doing stuff to like leave them open for attacks. So yeah, I'll probably just play like one boss at a time, and make it easier on myself, so that way I can slowly get through it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
All righty. So I guess time for some RRR action.
Rapid release response. Basically, we go through a release list for the month of July, taken from releases.com. And the key is quick response. Do you want it? Are you interested in it or not? And if you don't know what it is, then we read the truncated description. And yeah, this is for entertainment, not so much information, because these are pretty truncated. So, start with yesterday was Tuesday? Yesterday, July 5th. We would have done this last week, but we forgot that it was the end of the month.
I didn't forget they did.
So starting off, July 5th, Fury, we just heard about. The Banner Saga 2, PS4.
I'm interested in that one.
I was interested in it, but I haven't played the
Yeah,
first
I
one.
need to play the first one as well.
Me too. Then there was Lumo on the Vita.
No idea what that is.
Neither do I.
Wizard needs isometric adventure badly.
No. How do people do
There was
this?
another
How do
game
you
that
do
had a
No.
gauntlet description a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
true, and I
third
just-
one.
It is. It's like the third or fourth one now. I'm just like, no,
Who writes
stop.
this?
Stop doing what you're doing, guys. Stop doing what you're doing. So no.
All right. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13, PC and PS4.
I don't play those games.
Then Point of Interest Rocket League is Collector's Edition is out in stores now on PS4 and Xbox One. Lost Sea on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
I
No.
don't. I mean, it's a pirate game, so maybe, but
Pirate game. Oh, is it? I cannot tell from what I'm looking at.
No, because isn't Lost Sea the Insomniac one that they're releasing with?
Lost Sea?
Uh,
No,
or
that's
wait,
a Song of the
Song
Deep.
of the Deep. Never mind. Yeah.
Energy Hook on PS4.
Energy Hook? That does it have? I have no idea this is.
Probably has a grappling hook because
Energy
everything else
Hook
does.
is currently an early access game that was designed.
Oh, that's good to know. It was designed. Well, obviously, because it exists, so. But no, it sounds like a grappling hook game, and we have plenty of those coming up. I.e., all of them.
So I'm actually going to break the rules a bit, but I think this is the one made by the people who made Spider-Man swinging mechanic.
Oh, this one came
That's
out
what the game.
a while ago, I thought, but I guess not. Cause I saw something about it on the PlayStation blog, but yeah, I saw like something about it, so I was like, oh, really? Huh.
So
I don't know if this is. I think that's the one.
I don't know if that's it though, because I don't remember it being called Grappling Hook. Like that was the name. I think I would have
like
remembered that.
such a on the nose name.
Yeah.
Then we had The Warriors on PS4.
I'm gonna wait until it's on sale, then I'll get it. Like every other PS2 game.
And that was it for July 5th. Moving along. It's like the next one is the 8th, Dex for PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay, for a second there, I thought like it was Gex, the Gecko game, but then I'm like, no, that's not it. Or Daxter, but I'm like, that's not it
That's
either.
not
So
Yeah,
I have
so
no
that
idea
one-
what this game is. So
How do you think that's that?
because it's the same thing with the D sound.
Discover the truth behind an enigmatic AI striving to reach the.
Sounds interesting.
Nick,
but I have
what
no
you
idea.
say? What does it have the genre listed as?
Well, the box art is kind of maybe futuristic looking.
Wow.
I've never clicked in here before. It's listed as side scrolling.
Gosh.
No.
All right. Carmageddon Reincarnation on PS4 and Xbox One.
I'll probably get this when it's on sale, because back in the olden times, like Carmageddon was like really big. I never got to play it though in its day, and it got ported in 64, I think, but I never got a chance to play that version. So I always wanted to play Carmageddon, I just never got a chance to do it. So looking forward to it finally.
Looks like there's another Carmageddon game on the same day, July 8th. Carmageddon Max Damage,
That's weird.
PS4 and Xbox One.
That is
Unless it's like, unless they're doing like a Pokemon type release, so it's like you get like, certain cars in this version and certain cars in this version. It's like, alrighty then, Twisted Metal or GTFO is how that goes. So,
Then we also got Hawken on PS4.
pass on this one.
Armored Core GTFO.
Isn't it free?
It is.
I think it's free to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free to play.
So, well, it's PvP though. So,
July 12th, Seventh Dragon 3
It's like
code
something. Yeah.
VFD on the 3DS.
Yes, I am getting it. I already have it pre-ordered, but yeah, it's.
How do you say that? Is it Dragon I? Dragon I code.
You say three. It's Roman numerals. You've been through how many Final Fantasies now? Come on now. Come on. Now. You know how Roman numerals work, Tropical. You know how Roman numerals work.
What number is VFD?
It's not a number. That is just a abbreviation.
Something.
Stop doing what you're doing. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop doing.
All right. Next up on July 12th is Song of the Deep. Just mentioned earlier, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
No.
Not at launch. Eventually.
Yeah, probably gonna wait.
Actually, I don't know, man. I might have to have some sort of like weird policy on this one because GameStop publishing it. So I can't support that company doing this thing they're doing if it has some sort of like ramifications down the line of like, well,
So
we have a toehold in the publishing business now, so we can strong arm people and make them make games or something. Who knows?
I'm looking for a
Slippery slope.
game. Well, we have lots of games, but you should check out Song of the Deep. Would you like to buy
the
it
only
used?
game that matters.
Wow, I just realized, like, Song of the Deep will be a game that they make money off of
Regardless of how they sell
new
it.
or used. Yeah. 100%. Because they are the retailer.
It's like we get all the profits when you buy it, and then when you trade it in, we can sell it to some other poor schmuck for 100% more.
Game that they can sell.
Money, my dear boy,
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
And then they'll trade it in, and then when we resell that version, they'll trade it in, and when we resell that version, they'll trade it in, and it's an endless cycle of profits. Money, dear boy, money.
I wonder if all Game Trust games will be short then.
Like Song of My Deep Pockets, ha ha.
Anyway, moving on. Tumblestone. PS4, Wii U, Linux, Mac, and PC.
This
No,
sounds
I don't play
very
games with on-the-nose game
platformy.
names like that.
In that case, Video Ball, PS4, Xbox One, Linux, Mac, and PC.
Video ball.
It's a video
Yes.
about a ball, obviously, Tekken.
Well, I'm just
Says so in
saying.
the
I'm just
name.
saying that's like one S away from being like a really weird game title.
That was a question. Video Ball is a sports game everyone
How
can
Huge
play.
sports game.
Research was conducted.
I call BS on that. I don't think research was conducted at all. I don't believe you. I don't believe
What was that last game? The Fern of the whatever. Was it fantasy based? Because it sounds fantasy based. I'm just throwing that out there.
you. Which one?
The Fern? What?
Whatever the one was before Video Ball.
Tumblestone?
The
Yeah,
Tumblestone? That wasn't. There were no ferns in
Well,
it.
it made me think of a garden with a stone in it, with had like fern growing on the rock or something. I don't know.
Wow.
I think you're thinking tumbleweed, maybe.
Wow.
Anyways, Ghostbusters, the video game.
Nope.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Licensed to filth. No, thank you.
Is it
Cross the
Activision?
stream,
It's
guy.
probably Activision.
Probably
And it's not
Activision.
platinum, so nobody cares.
Moon Hunters.
Not a
Moon Hunters?
Moon Hunters.
So they hunt
Moon Hunters on
moons?
PS4.
what the hell is Moon
literal?
Hunters?
As
You
in
hunting
they
moons?
hunt?
Few
You gotta
games let
take that.
players build their own mythology, but that is X.
That's called lazy. They're trying to make you make your own story. They're like, now if you do it, you do all the work
I'm
for
kind
you.
of intrigued.
It's Minecraft on the moon. Don't fall for it. It's a
Ew,
trap.
Ew.
It's a trap.
Doesn't Destiny let you make your own mythology?
Well, you don't have a choice. Destiny's like, hey, remember that one time we were going to have a story? Yeah, we changed our mind. You can figure it out on your own. Good luck.
Then finally on July 12th is Assault Suit Lanos on PS4.
Is this
That
the
sounds
side-scrolling old
hilarious.
school style mech game? I saw a trailer for this.
Probably.
Maybe I saw there's like some trailer on this like the PlayStation YouTube channel, but it didn't look that good. So I was like, pass.
What, mech suit Tekken? Mech suit?
If you saw this game RPG, you would not want to spend more than $5 on it. So just saying.
Oh.
Flash sale. That's what I say to that one.
That might not be it, though.
July 15th, Obliteracers for PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh, dear. That sounds unusually violent, but Twisted Metal or GTFO. So.
Then Monster Hunters Generations on the 3DS.
Yeah, it's time. And this time you can play as a cat.
Is this the one with the cute Link?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, this is gonna be fun times.
How was Link not cute before?
Well, it's gonna be like it's like
Like
a tune costume for your
Yeah,
cat.
Oh, I see.
Cat Toon Link.
But you can play as the cats now, so you can be your own cute companion. Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. Alright, so I'm only gonna play as the cat in online mode, so be prepared for that. Be prepared.
Then we got July 18th, Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy Remastered.
Yeah.
PS4.
Finally, I can play
I wanna
this
see
game. I already have it on PS2, but I've never played it, so it's
You
just
never played it?
I mean, I played like up to a point, but I never went back to like finish my game. So can finally have all of the David Cage trilogy games played until the new masterpiece Detroit comes out, whenever it
I
comes
think it's
out.
gonna be a masterpiece. It might be bad.
Fahrenheit goes weird places.
I mean, people say it gets like super weird and crazy at the end, but up to that point,
Actually, you can go to super weird and crazy places before the end if you do things. Okay. That was the only 18th game. July 19th.
Setsuna.
We get-
Woo! Yeah.
Yep, I am Setsuna on PC and PS4.
Already pre-ordered it.
You might be Setsuna, but you don't know if you're Setsuna. I'm kind of debating because it's like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, this is kind of like Chrono Trigger. On the other hand, it's like, oh, this is kind of like Chrono Trigger.
How is that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing?
Because it's like Chrono
It's moved
Trigger
on.
it was great for its time, but it's like, guys, it's time to move on. It's time to grow up
That's like
and
saying-
realize
Like
that
Bravely Default is like that, right?
I-
Because it's more old
it is very
school-ish.
old school. Yeah, I mean they do things to mix it up a little bit, but it's like at the core, it's like it's more to Square Enix's roots for when they were like back in the Disney of before the ATB happened and before they grew a pair and started making stuff that weren't like the same as everybody else. So
Now they have a factory and they can make them all the time.
No, that works out.
yeah.
Then we got Kill Strain finally coming out on PS4.
Is that the free-to-play something game?
Kill Strain is an action top-down shooter from the same team, T.
That T could mean a lot of different people.
I think it means the same team that brought you something is probably how that sentence was going to
Possibly.
go. But I wasn't interested in that game before, and I'm not interested now. So
Good on the top down. Fun.
Yeah, if anyone wants a code, leave a comment in the YouTube thingy, and I will give it to you.
Don't do it, it's a trap.
Then we got 10-Second Ninja X.
What?
PS4, Vita, Xbox One, and PC.
that
It's like a sequel
sounds
to Half
like it
Minute
could
Hero or
be
something.
interesting, but then it's like 10 seconds. I don't know.
Read the partial description.
10-Second Ninja X is a furiously fast side-scroller. The player.
RPG. If it's like if it has any cool, sweet art style like Mark of the Ninja, maybe, but we'll see. Or awesome gameplay.
We got a Galgun double piece.
Oh, no thank you.
PlayStation
No
4.
thank you,
And Vita.
Japan. No thank you.
Japan, you so wacky.
Please stop. Please stop.
Keep going, Japan. Don't listen to him. Be weird. Be weird.
All shooting your gun at ladies that does things to them. That's in that ammo, you.
I mean, they've had worse stuff. Have you seen some of the like weird love gun tentacle games going on over
I
in Japan?
don't. No, RPG, I don't because it's not up my alley.
So I'm just saying, there's weirder stuff. There's weirder
Also,
stuff.
when I was like in this or like browsing the store, I think during the last flash sale on one of those Hyper Dimension Neptunia games, the box art has some lady with glowing boobs. I'm just throwing it out there, and it's like, I can't not, have my eyes be attracted to that. So thanks Japan for that too. Like, oh,
Boobs aren't glowing. They usually have like some kind of weird stripperific like
no,
mix,
there were
like
glowing boobs.
mechanical
So I was
suits.
like, well, that's not eye attracting at all. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Lifeless Planet on PS4.
But that doesn't sound fun. Why
Oh,
would
I
you
think I
want
saw the
this
trailer
fun?
for this one. It's like you're this astronaut dude that's just like wandering around on Mars, and it's all like
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
explorational and discovery, and like
There's
something
nothing
with the
on
Russian
Mars.
flag. But yeah, I was like,
Why'd
oh,
you,
so yeah, I'll probably check this out when it's on sale eventually.
why'd you do that? This doesn't even sound fun. It doesn't sound fun at all.
Neverwinter on PS4.
Is it a continuation from the Neverwinter Nights series, or just a new
Or is it
Neverwinter
like-
game?
Some new Game of
Neverwinter-
Thrones things where it's like Neverwinter because it's still coming for like the past 12 seasons.
Neverwinter is a free-to-play action Mormorpaga based
that
on the
game. That game.
Mamorgaga? What the hell genre is that?
This is yeah. There's a trailer for this for before E3. They're like, oh, we're bringing it to PS4 and Xbox One now, woo! But free to play. So yeah.
What's this thing called?
Neverwinter. Mormorpaga. I've never heard of Mormorpaga.
How they call
Came up with
Nobody
Mormorpaga.
calls it Morphiga.
You know full well that is not how you pronounce stuff like that.
Maybe more peg, but not Morphiga.
All things holy.
Then we got Ark: Survival of the Fittest
Wait,
on
that game's
PS4.
coming? That game's finally coming out to PS4. I don't know. Dinosaurs, MMO style, sounds fun, but
You can't go wrong.
I'll wait for the.
But there-
I'll wait for Gamer to
they
check
aren't-
it out and see what he thinks of it. We all know how he feels about dinosaurs, so he's
But I
probably
mean-
just pining for that one.
In this case, they're not robotic, so it's not gonna be as cool. It's not gonna be as. It's like they could be, but they're not.
It's a good thing they're coming out before then.
It is because I totally would have been like, nah, f this. Horizon for the win, guys. Robot dinosaurs, f everybody else afterwards. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. They win by default. Game of the year. Game of the year. Well, after Persona 5.
July 21st. Spy Chameleon RGB Agent for PS4 and PS Vita.
Stealth game. If it's got stealth in it, unless it's like just spy and shoot them in the face, James Bond style.
Which I don't really know how that counts as a spy. Doesn't that just basically make you like a mercenary? Like, because I mean, you can't even really say assassin because it's not like stealthy. You're still just running up in there and shooting somebody in the face. It's like I can do that. I don't need to be an assassin for that. So I don't know.
You gotta play it cool like a spy, and then shoot him in the face. Yeah.
But doesn't a spy usually involve espionage and some
that's how they
running
got
up
in
and shoot somebody in
position.
the face? Not really espionage. Out of you just walking in there, it's like, alrighty, ready to murder, guys. Like Hitman, that would be more spy-y, kind of, when he's like not taking the direct approach. Like, if you're just gonna be running up in there shooting people in the face, it's like anybody could do that. You're basically a soldier. That's not a spy. It's not a spy at all. Okay, I'm done ranting now.
You wear disguise. That's how
That is not. Oh my gosh.
double agent. So it's like you look like them and they don't know. And it's like bam, shoot in the face. Yeah.
I
Then you
don't.
turn back into your other clothes and it's like, yeah, I'm a spy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I just can't.
Drinking martinis, driving
No.
fast cars,
No.
seducing women. Oh yeah. 'Cause you're a
This makes you
spy.
sound like a pimp. Not necessarily. You don't have to be a spy for any of those things. I don't. Yeah. No. 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 They need to change his classification. James Bond is not a spy.
Maybe use gadgets too.
Glorified. He's a glorified weapon.
Oh man, that reminds me. New Bourne movie out in the month. Yes, can't wait. Continue tropical before I
Cool.
do
All right.
Aimless Land again.
July 26th. Super Dungeon Bros.
What?
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
If
It
this
has
is like
Bros
some
in
sort
the
of
title. I'm
like,
just like,
yeah,
no.
Mario Brother parody, maybe, and Double Dragon parody at the same time. Yeah, maybe. That would be a
That's
fun
what it
time.
is.
You
Read the
jump on
description,
dudes
tropical.
and then you kick and punch them.
With a tagline of Bros Before Foes, this game has to have a sense of.
Wow.
Already a big old nopity nope over the side on that. Like,
Bros
bro,
before foes.
like, we're douching it up, guys. We're douching it
Wow,
up.
what PR person came up with that spiel? Guys, guys, they must have been drunk too, because it's like, oh man, guys.
Well, I mean, all things considered.
I thought of it. Oh, this idea. How about it? Huh? Bros
Dungeon.
before foes.
Yeah!
Yeah, stick it on the back of the box.
Let's take another shot. It's like, sorry, I'm just gonna go home now. I'm done. I'm just gonna go home, guys.
Alright. Fairy Fencer F. Advent Dark Force on
I've
PS4.
heard that name before somewhere.
I'm considering. Well, that's because it was released on the PS3 like a while back.
Oh,
But,
this one.
It's. I was considering because like I wanted to get it when it initially, but it came out to like very mediocre reviews. But apparently this one is like an updated like revamp of the original game. So I don't know. Maybe once it's like on sale, but I don't think I would pay full price for it just in case. Just in case.
We Happy Few on PC.
Wait, I thought We Happy Few was already out.
No, it was supposed to be. There was an early beta access thing.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
there was early access.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of that other game, not We Happy Few. Is that the one with the joy in it?
That's the one with the joy
Yes.
in it.
Okay, I was thinking
joy,
of that other
The one
game
with
the
the rat pinata.
I was thinking of the one with the war zone and you try to survive. That one.
Wow, you just named like every hero ever.
It's like a survival simulation game. It's called like, and like the subtitle is like the little ones on the console version that came out.
Oh, this War of
Yeah,
Mine?
that one. I thought it was that one, not We Happy Few.
Oh. So it actually had war in the title, and you still couldn't figure it out. Good job. Good job, Tegan. It's like, yeah, this game about war that I can't remember the name
That's
of.
why it
so it
popped
had
into my
war in
head.
the title.
But
And it had we,
like
something,
W's, man. W's.
letters.
It's like Wheel of Fortune. Like buy a W, wrong word, whatever.
Wow.
But I don't think my PC is going to be able to run it, so I have to wait for the PS4 version.
Yeah, I'm not sure if mine will run either. Dang.
Maybe
Nice.
maybe when the Scorpio comes out and I can just buy some sweet Windows 10 gaming PC that's just a bit more powerful than that, then I won't have the problem anymore of games that come out for Xbox One.
Pretty much. Shiren the Wanderer, the Tower of Fortune, and the Dice of Fate on PS Vita.
No, thank you. Not a fan of roguelikes at all.
I love them. I love them more than life itself. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I really don't like roguelikes at all. Don't know.
Chambara on PS4.
Is that
fan
the
service,
Zombie
guys.
Slayer game? It's just called
Chambara
this
is
time.
a local multiplayer deathmatch
Oh,
game with
it
only
is not
two
that game.
C.
That's not the same thing at all.
I thought I was thinking of Oni Chambara, but this is not.
I don't think it's called
This is
Oni
just
Chambara.
Yeah,
Chambara.
that's different. It's just Chambara.
And it's local multiplayer, and I have no friends. Well, I mean, I do, but that's not how I play games anymore. So
Just share play.
pass.
That's this.
Only with one other person.
That's enough.
Nah, not for a 4-player game. No.
AW Phoenix Fest on PS Vita.
What?
The hell?
AW Phoenix Fest Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. AW Phoenix Vesta combines
that's
dating
better.
sim mechanics
Dating sim,
and combat in.
What the hell? So it's a
This
fighting game and
sounds
a
like
dating sim at the
something
same time?
amazing.
Because that would be interesting, but probably traumatic. Because there's something in there that would like be like, thanks Japan for putting that in there and like ruining my life.
What's the name of this game? I need to look out for it just in case.
AW Phoenix Fest, right?
This
Vesta.
sounds
Festa.
great.
Vesta.
Because it's going to be a
Is it like-
party with the missing eye.
Is it like PSN only, or
It just says Vita. It doesn't. From the sound of it, maybe it's only PSN.
If it's Vita only, it's definitely weird because it's like, yeah, we can't even put out a physical copy because it's one of those games. Thanks,
that's
Japan.
not necessarily true because I Am Setsuna is digital only, so you can't
Well,
use that as
that Dead or Alive game that didn't come out here, you could only get the digital version from like,
that's
or
Dead or
imported,
Alive
I mean.
volleyball. You knew that was gonna
Because
be
they're
weird
like,
from
oh,
the
we
get-go.
had to appease the pedophiles and put this one character in the game. And we can't sell it in the West now.
Like, sure, she's 12, but I mean, I'm sure it's fine in some countries. I'm sure it's fine in some countries. Like, no, actually, it's not. Actually, it's not.
And now we can't sell it. Curses.
And the rest of these are July expected, but we don't know exactly when. There's Fallout Shelter on PC.
Fallout Shelter? Is that a
I've always
game or is that an
like-
expansion?
It is a game. Fallout Shelter puts you in control of a state-of-the-art Under.
Remember that game that Tropical was always playing for no reason? That one.
Well, I wasn't sure. There's so many Fallout games.
Kerbal Space Program on PS4 and Xbox
It's
One.
coming out this month? Oh, I'm buying that
Chong,
day
chong,
one.
chong, chong.
say Kirby?
I've been like so waiting to build my space program and like get to Mars and just stream it every day that I play it and just yeah, it's gonna be amazing. And like give everybody weird names and stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god. This is coming out on PC and probably isn't important, but the name of the game is White Heaven.
Oh dear. That's an unfortunate name. That is a very unfortunate name.
Anyway, there's another game coming out called Vigor Roads, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Is it a racing game? Is it, wait, it might have
Vigor
been
Roads
Rope
is
or
an
Roads?
MMO
Ew.
with post-apocalyptic action and RPG element.
RPG elements.
Post-apocalyptic. Mm. But
Hells
what type
yeah.
of post-apocalyptic is it? And is it free or pay?
So many questions. Then there's Time Spinner for PS4, PS Vita, PC, and 3DS.
Time spinner, yes, sir. Too bad it's not Time Splitters. Oh.
Aha! Let the dream die.
Never, never.
It says Metroidvania has almost become a key word among gamers.
Metroidvania.
The G
Time manipulation. I think I might like this game. I might like this game, especially if it's crossplay. Cause I can get it for 2 for 1. Yes.
Dun,
and
dun, dun.
then finally there is Laser Disco Defenders on
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it
could
sounds fun, Tropical, but I bet it might not be fun because that name is ridiculous.
Join the Laser Disco Defenders, a self-inflicted bullet hell.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
does not
yeah,
sound
then you have to say that, and then it's like,
fun
oh,
at all.
now it's just
The
a bunch of
second they said
disco balls
self-inflicted
shooting
bullet
things
hell,
at you
like,
and
What do
killing
you
you.
mean by self-inflicted?
It's like, why would I do
So-
what?
I don't know.
Why would I
You did
do
it to
these things
yourself.
to myself? It's like, hey, you could have made this game easy, but you didn't. It's like, well, why the hell did you let me make my own bullet hell? Like, why would I do this? That just seems illogical.
Oh, that would be kind of interesting. Like, the enemies don't shoot. You shoot at them, and then they explode, and there is your self-inflicted bullet hell. It's like
That doesn't make
tons
sense,
of
because then why don't
bullets
you just
the
don't
explosion.
shoot any of them then?
Because
That's not this game,
There's
but
too
I'm just
many
thinking.
to
that'd be fun.
dodge them all. So
That
you gotta
doesn't make
shoot.
sense because then that means it would just be a bullet hell. That just the logic is just not. I don't. It's not there, man. It's not there.
Alrighty. Well, that was the last of the July games from this website. As we've learned in the past, they are not comprehensive. They actually have a lot of PC games, but we skip over those because there are so many. And yeah, we'll be back if we remember at the end of this month. If not, then at the beginning of next month to do another rapid release responses.
Phoenix
Thank you.
Day is only
News.
PSN. Curses.
Was the BioShock collection this week?
Yeah, I think so. Or last week, one of the two. I think
There's
it was like
a
right after we
BioShock.
wrapped last week. The word got out about
Okay.
it.
There's a BioShock collection coming, a remaster or whatever. Yeah, I think that's all we know about it. Comes with 1, 2, and Infinite, so at least it's all of them.
This is getting old. I mean, it was already old, but you know, this whole remaster thing was just, you know, it's like, oh, let's just, what's that word? Cash grab? Yeah, cash in.
Yeah, this one is $60. Um, just, I mean, I guess it's 3 games, and you think, you know, is BioShock 1 worth $20? Like, I guess it is.
Well,
So-
weren't most of those like free at one point for the various premium
That's how I played Infinite, because it was free.
subscription?
On PS3.
That's true, yeah, Infinite was free.
Hmm. Hmm.
But hey, at least we can know which publishers are evil now. Like, it's like, who's going to charge how much for their remasters? $60, okay, well, go to hell. 2K, go to hell.
Well, it is 3 games though. In all fairness.
3 old games. 3 old smelly games that like, oh,
They
look
could
at
be
better.
new to someone who didn't like know
Well, in my
about
defense,
them because
in
they
my defense, you could just
living under a rock for
if
their
backwards
whole life.
compatibility was a feature, we wouldn't be having this discussion. At least on PS4. Yeah. I could just go and buy some $5 copy from GameStop and play Xbox 360 version or PS3 version if it worked, but it doesn't. So, or get them from like even cheaper on Steam sale. So,
Your Steam sale. Yeah, I went there. It happened.
Apparently there's gonna be some sort of big, or they're calling it the biggest, craziest update yet to Evolve. Turtle Rock Studios took the game off of Steam, so you can't buy it right now. But I guess it's gonna come back after they've done this update.
how about they make
And
a
it's-
Left 4 Dead 3? How about that? Like, make a game I care about. How about that? Yeah.
They're not with Valve anymore, right? They're independent again, Turtle Rock.
I guess.
So I guess they can't exactly.
Well, too bad. That's their
Yeah, too bad for us. There's been a big story that I've seen a lot this week about. I don't remember any of the names, but the gist of it is that there was these people who play Counter-Strike Go,
the gambling one.
yeah, on YouTube. And one of the videos was like, oh, so I found this gambling site that lets you win stuff when you play Counter-Strike Go. And then, you know, I just played a little bit, and I got like $65. So that's awesome. And then later, recently, it has come out that that guy and some other people who stream own that Counter-Strike gambling site.
Ooh.
And it's just like brought to surface all this stuff like, oh, gambling sites can actually be rigged. Like some YouTubers they've been posting videos apologizing, saying it's like, yeah, basically a gambling site contacted me and said, hey, if you stream and show yourself gambling, we will like rig the gambling in your favor, and so you win more than a normal person usually would, and people will see it and be like, cool, you can win so much by joining the site.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's been blowing up, and
Like I said, you can't trust those YouTubers. They have absolutely no integrity. It's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna get this thingy from this person that sent me this thingy, and oh, cool, yeah, sure,
YouTube
I'll
is
sell
scary.
out. I'll sell out because I love money. like any other person. I have no integrity. You do.
Money, my dear boy, money. Who needs integrity when you have money? Money.
Don't worry, dear boy. You can have all the integrity you don't need because you'll
You could
have
just buy
money.
some because you'll have money. Money.
Did we know this? Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse is coming out in September on 3DS.
Yes, everyone knew that already. Tropical
that?
would be late to the party. I had it pre-ordered like last year. Oh my gosh.
I guess that's all I have. There wasn't a lot of interesting actual news. There's lots of speculation type stuff.
Can we talk about the indefinite delay of the Batman remaster?
I think
I don't
we
know if-
mentioned it last
Yeah, I
week.
think so.
Okay, never mind. That was funny.
That is fun. I laugh as well.
That's not funny. That's sad. You guys don't know.
That they could
You don't
pull
know
more
how
on
it
us.
feels to have a game indefinitely delayed, and then it's like, hey, you can't have this game. And it's like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? But then it all works out at the end because then they're like, LOL, we actually are making the game. It's coming out like next summer, so it's fine. It's like, oh, well then. I take back all the million things I said about you, and I deleted all my comments off of those websites. It's fine. It's all fine.
RPG, have you tried the new Final Fantasy game that came out on mobile?
You talking about that stupid Asterius game or whatever it's called?
Like Brave is something? It just came out like a few days ago, I think.
I know which one you're talking about, but no, I didn't. Because I was like,
think CSGO, I mean not CSGO, Pokemon Go also came out or something, but yeah.
well, it's available now. But that it's like after playing Record Keeper, which I assume is going to be very similar in style, I was like, I'm not going to bother with Brave Extravagant, blah blah blah. So
Whatever it is.
I was like, nah. I thought about it, but then I was like, nope. Even just seeing like the screenshots, I was like, yeah, this seems like it's going to be very like similar to Record Keeper, and you know how I feel about free-to-play games that try to trap you into doing stuff that you don't want to do because they're like, we want your money, your paper money, and I'm like, I don't want it, not doing it, so I don't do it, not doing it, Square Enix.
Oh, I guess there was one other thing that I don't. It's sort of like the Shin Megami Tensei 4 thing, because I didn't know it was news, but I guess it's news. All Microsoft announced that all their future Microsoft Studio games will be cross-buy and cross-play, PC and Xbox One. I sort of assumed that that's what they were doing when they said that about Gears of War and some other stuff
Especially
at
when they were
E3.
basically force feeding it through a funnel to everybody in their faces. And they're like, hey, open your mouth. We're going to feed it to you. You're going to like it because everything, Windows 10 exclusive, Windows 10 exclusive, Windows 10 exclusive, Windows 10. It's like, oh my gosh. If I hear Windows 10 exclusive one more time, I'm burning down the convention center. This is happening. This is happening. So yes.
But yeah, that's happening. If you didn't catch that. And yeah, that is the news.
Yay.
Time to sign out. I have other stuff to do.
Okay. Well,
Any changes to the scoreboard?
I think me and RPG both got one. Let me. Wow, there's no light here. Let me try to read this from my monitor light. So let me see. That brings me to 22. Tropical says 9, and RPG is 12. So there you go.
Gotta work harder.
Or not at all.
You're only 3 games back, Tropical. You could catch
No.
up. You might have more games coming out.
What are you talking about? I'm going for number 1.
There's no way.
That's not gonna happen.
There's no way, Tropical.
Who knows? Maybe.
There aren't even enough games coming out for you to do that. So you'd either have to like play every game you already own, or
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's how I would do it.
you don't have a choice. You don't actually have a choice.
Alright, so anything to say before we sign off RPG?
Stuff, things, life.
Alright, well, Aimless
Google
Pebbles.
Aimless Podcast.
Google us, yes. Hopefully it works out and you find us and you don't end up in some weird corner of the internet looking at weird things.
What if there's like a Japanese version of our site that's all weird and like and it's like all aimless because it's called aimless because they have like random stuff crossed together with other stuff, so it just makes like this super weird stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is like super weird. Why would anybody tell people to go to these things? And it's like, because Japan, guys, because Japan, they wacky and they weird. So yeah. We need more tentacles on this show.
All right. So yeah, that's it for this week. And until you hear from us again, Aimless Babble Z, Aimless Babble, Aimless Babble Z, AimlessPodcast.com, and we're now signing off.